So behind me is the Gameboy Megamachine, and basically it's 48 Game Boys that are wired up in such a way that it turns it into a big polyphonic synthesizer. However, that is not its only function. So there are 48 Game Boys here that are all synced up, even down to every button press. Each row actually has a slave controller that's basically just a bunch of buttons that controls that separate row. However, there is also a master controller that controls all of these rows, which goes on to control all of the Game Boys. I tell you what, when I actually finished that part, it was like magic. It actually just worked like I wanted it to, which is a lot to say about this project because it has gone on for about a year now and there are a lot of stressful parts to it and it is by no means done. And yes, I am taking my time, but that's probably because I just don't want it to drive me crazy. So I'm doing a load of other projects around whilst this is slow burning in the background. However, there is one thing from day one that I've wanted to do with this that I haven't yet been able to do. And inside this bag is something that may arouse some of you. Anyway, time for the big reveal. Whoa. And you're probably saying, but Sam, why don't you just load the game onto like a USB cartridge driver thingy-majiggy? And you know, that would make sense. However, I do sometimes think with my heart instead of my brain, and the idea of having 40 original copies of Pokemon Blue was something that I really could not resist. So yeah, I ended up bidding on pretty much every single one within the space of like 2 weeks on eBay. So if you were selling Pokemon Blue in the UK on eBay sometime in February, well, it might be here. Also, annoyingly, I managed to accidentally buy one of the fake ones. Usually it's pretty easy to tell which ones are fake. However, after bidding on so many, one slipped through the net and I've got a fake one. So I actually have 39, but shh. So yeah, I guess the next thing that we need to do is actually plug each one of these into the back of a Game Boy on the Gameboy Megamachine. I'm gonna breathe in them all, right? Like really warm breath into them so I can make sure that they sort of work. Think about how many 1999, 2000 kind of kids' memories are locked up inside these Game Boys right now. I was one of those kids, and when I played Pokemon, it blew my mind. So I wasn't really much of a gaming kid when I was younger, but it really, Pokemon just captured my imagination like nothing else. So yeah, let's turn it on, see if anybody's got a level 100 Mew, and see what happens. Now, it's very hard to film what's actually about to go on, basically because I haven't got enough cameras to actually focus on every single Game Boy at once, and I need to shoot this today because I fear there may be a lockdown coming to England, so I've got to get all of the stuff done with the big machines like this so I could actually do it without risk of, you know, not being able to come and finish it. So I'm going to film it the best I can, but basically I'm about to play Pokemon 40 times at the same time. So before we try and sync them all up at the same time, I thought it would be pretty snazzy just to kind of turn them all on one after the other and just see what beautiful sound palette comes out. That some of them aren't quite loading up yet. A few of them have the you know, corrupted Nintendo logo, so I think I need to blow on some of the cartridges a little bit more and then we're going to see what happens. So the Game Boys are actually powered with a separate power supply to the lights, so I can turn the Game Boys all on at the same time, but you'll notice the backlights are still going. That's because they're all connected up to the synced up animation circuit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug them in all at the same time and hopefully they will sync up. Let's see. Let's just plug it in. Have a listen. does it do it at different times? This is the weird thing. They don't always turn on at the same time, even if I plug them on at the same time. It's really quite strange. What? You see that every single one has new games, so when I click on A, hopefully a new game will start on every single one of them and they'll all sync up. Fingers crossed. Yes! Oh yeah! I need to sort of do it in darkness because, well, the screens are a little bit faint. Even though they are biverted, they're still very hard to film. There is actually a new type of screen for original Game Boys out at the minute. However, it's about £70 for one. So imagine the price of, 48 of those. It's going to be pretty difficult to do that. So, and considering this is mainly just a massive synthesizer, I'm not really that fussed. But let's just make the most of the screens that we have and play some Pokemon 40 times at the same time. Okay, so it's hello there. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Oak. People call me the Pokemon Prof. Oh my god, they're all synced up. I don't know which screen to look at because they're all exactly the same. So basically, I'm really interested to see whether the randomness actually syncs up and whether the fights start at the same place. However, most of them have started at different sync points, so I doubt it, but we shall find out. Firstly, what is your name? Oh, new name. Bumface. I'm gonna call myself Bumface. What else would you call yourself? Okay, Bumface, here we go. We are in the bedroom. We're in the bedroom, everybody. We're actually in the bedroom. This one sadly didn't even start. If I unmute it, you can hear it going. But we'll ignore that one for now. Go and see Professor Oak. I don't believe it's synced up. This is awesome. Oh, hello, Mum. Oh, yeah, I get to speak to my mum first. Oh, here he comes, Gramps himself. It's unsafe. Wild Pokemon live in tall grass. It's all just going out of sync now. I'm just going to go and hope for it. See what's happening. So we've already lost a number of the games. They have fallen out of sync. However, at least 30 of them are still in sync, and I'm currently battling Bumface, Charmander versus Squirtle. Let's go. Okay, Bumface wants to fight. Bumface sends out Squirtle. Who am I going to send out? Come on, Bumface. Male, female. Let's go. Right, fight. I'm going to go for Scratch. I don't believe this is happening. Okay, oh, he's going down. I can't remember whether I lose or fail. Oh, I used a tail whip. That's a pretty smart move. I'm not being very tactical with this. I'm going to die first. He's shooting. He's taking down my defenses. Do I do a growl? Or do I just go for pure... Oh no, it's all gone out of sync. The randomness has gone out of sync. The randomness has made Squirtle's tail whip fail on some battles and not fail on others, which means that some of them are a click behind. The HP on Squirtle's well low on this one, and it's pretty halfway on this. And then over here, we've got even a different HP again. Over here, we've got another... a way different HP. There are games doing this, there's games doing that. The randomness of the Squirtle versus Charmander battle has completely thrown everything off course. So now, as you can hear, it is just a mess. But I'm going to try and persist. Basically, I'm going to focus on one of these games and I'm trying to get as far as I can. And then we're going to look at the rest of the games and see where they are all at. This is absolute chaos. Okay, we're battling two Pidgeys. I'm gonna just start scratching away and we'll see where we get to. Come on, let's do this. just going to zonk them out with some scratches. Just. So currently I'm taking a package back to Professor Oak, and yeah, as you can hear in the background, it's maddening. Oh, the risks of being a courier boy. I'm at the point where I've just been given the Pokédex. I went back with a package to Professor Oak, and yeah, I'm at that point, and it is already driving me crazy. As you can hear in the background, I've been listening to this for about half an hour now, and I've got to say it's a little bit tiring. A little bit tiring to say the least. And finally, we're going to change all of the clock speeds of the Game Boys, and it just so happens you can do that with the CPU modulators that I've built at the bottom. Right, so let's see what Pokemon sounds like in a bit more of a slowed down, dulcet tone. Ooh. I'm slowing them all down now. Let's bring a couple up for a solo. So yeah, that's Pokemon Blue 40 times at the same time. As you can see, it is a very, very untamable beast. However, I think it is totally doable, and now we all have a lot more time on our hands. I think I may do a live stream at some point in the near future with a walkthrough of the game. I'm just going to play the whole game. I'm going to concentrate on one of the Game Boys and let the rest of them just go crazy. It's going to be an absolute mess of a sound, and it's going to be very overwhelming. I don't think I'm going to be the same person after that, but we shall see. I've been talking about this project quite a lot, as well as all the other projects up on my Patreon, which needless to say supports quite odd things like this. So I thank you very much, very, very much for the Patreon supporters, because it really helps out with big projects like the thing behind me, which I am still building. It's just taking a long while, and I'm waiting for a few parts that have just not turned up yet, which is quite annoying for me to get to the next step, which is actually controlling the filters that I made in the last video on it. Needless to say, it's going to sound absolutely humongous after that, and in one of the last Patreon live streams I did play it, and it sounded really quite nice and ambient. Here's a little snap of that. If you didn't see, I did actually do a live stream gig last Friday. There is a link to that at the end of this video. Anyway, until the next video, I've been Look Mum No Computer. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't be scared to try it.